morning, everyone. This is Maverick Trucking. How are you guys doing today? Well, this morning, this is a beautiful, sunny morning. I'm outside of Las Vegas, headed to Reno, and it's a beautiful day. I just feel like just conversating this morning. Yesterday made the second anniversary of my son's passing away, and so it was, it wasn't a good day for me, but today I feel better. I'm being transparent with everyone. I know you guys are just, getting to know me, but this is life. This is life. I'm doing life. I'm dealing with life out here on the road as a truck driver. Let's talk about dealing with loss. You're a truck driver, and when you deal with loss, how do you handle it when you're out here by yourself on the road? So let's get into it. I lost my son 2 years ago. 2 years ago yesterday, December the 6th. I got the phone call about him at 3:33 p.m. and I was headed, matter of fact, I was headed to Reno, Nevada, where I'm headed to now, which is so ironic. I actually changed my route so I won't have to be on Interstate 80 because it's a little bit too emotional for me to take that route to Reno, so I took Interstate 40. But anyway, and so it's a hard journey dealing with that, being out here on the road, being by yourself, and the one thing I do is I ask God to give me help. I ask God to help me through the process, because I'm still going through the process. It's been 2 years, but it seems like to me it actually seems like it just happened. Yesterday, that's my baby. He was he would have been 23. He would have been he would have been 23 September the 9th. He would have been 23 years old. He died when he was 21. He passed away when he was 21. And being a truck driver, being out here, it gets difficult, because you're out here driving and you be in your thoughts a lot. And but I just thank God that He gives me the strength to be out here. He gives me the strength to keep, doing life. A lot of times for so long, I blamed myself for not being at home when my baby passed away, because guess where I was at? I was out here on the road, matter of fact, headed to Reno, like where I'm going now. And I just, I felt guilty for not, being there with him, for him, and so, just the life of trucking, we go through so much out here, and, that's why I feel like a lot of us need to show compassion towards one another, because you don't know what people are dealing with out here. You don't know. They may have a mean bug on their face because they probably in their heads thinking on something that happened at home or something, So I just feel like we should show each other compassion. I try not to wear my emotions on my face. A lot of times I don't, because I'm so immune to just smiling all the time. So when I smile all the time, nobody know what I'm doing because I smile, a lot. But we are out here on the road, and we do go through time. We do go through hard times. We are dealing with life. We are dealing with the loss of a loved one. We are dealing with the breakup of a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or the divorce from a husband or a wife, or some type of tragedy that's happening at home and you're not able to be there because we're out here on the road, and that gets hard, because when I found out my son passed away, I live in Arkansas, guys. I live in Arkansas. Okay? When I found out my son passed away, I was in Nevada. understand how helpless of a feeling that is when you get information, when you get news like that, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So I got that news about my son passing away. I was at the Flying J. I can't remember. I had to pull it over because when when my daughter called me, I have a daughter that's she's 30 years old. I love her so much. She's literally my rock. And I have another son he's 20. And so, but when my daughter called me to let me know what was going on, you know, I knew from the tone of her voice that I needed to pull over. So when I saw the Flying J, I saw the exit, I immediately pulled over, and I needed to fuel up at the same time. So you guys, can you imagine me getting this news at the fuel aisle, trying to put fuel and death in my truck, getting up, all this stuff is unfolding while I'm on the phone, while I'm filling up my truck, and so I said, well, okay, so I'm up there crying, but I'm trying not to cry because I'm like, all these people, you know, looking at me, you know, so I'm trying to hold back the tears because I know the news that I'm getting is not going to end up, it's not going to turn out, it's not going to have a good outcome, you know. So I put the fuel in, and I go and find a parking spot because I knew that I couldn't move no further. You know, I couldn't go no further than that. And when I finally got the call that they could not bring my son back, I found that I got that news in my truck, y'all. I'm pretty sure that all them other truck drivers probably heard me screaming and wailing, crying, you know, tearing up, beating up my truck because it was like so overwhelming. The feelings, the emotions was like so overwhelming. And it's, at the end of the day, it's absolutely nothing that I could do, you know. And the life of a truck driver, you know, we get those hard news and hard situations and hard circumstances, and things are like out of your control, you know. So, but I thank God that, my God, if it wasn't for him, you know what I'm saying, I don't know how I could have gotten through all of that. I thank God I had a wonderful fleet manager at the time when that happened. I had called my fleet manager, and I know I must have I probably had worried the heck out of him, because when he said, "Hey, Rhea," all he heard me on the other end was just crying because I could not get out what I needed to tell him. I couldn't get it out. I'm just, you know, bawling. I'm just crying. So he's just telling me, "Are you okay? What's wrong? I need you to calm down." You know, and I'm trying to, you know, let him know what just happened, you know, transpired in my life, you know. And I thank God for him, because he wasn't concerned about the load that I was carrying. His sole concern was for me, to make sure I was okay. And he immediately got the ball rolling. Okay, look, park the truck. We finna get you, you know, a ticket home. Don't worry about the load. You know where you at. And so, you know, he got the ball rolling. And thank God, because I'm a pod driver. You know, my trucking company is Maverick Transportation, and our lanes is mainly in the Midwest. It's where with the lanes that we run is the Midwest, East Coast, you know, and all of that. So, and I'm up here in Nevada. I'm a pods driver. At that particular time, I think we only had like 20 people on our team, 21 people on our team. So we like all over the U.S. So a lot of times, you know, we don't have another trucker close to us. So what he did was, it was one of my fellow pods driver was in the same area that I was at, and so he asked to the where my load was supposed to be dropped off at, because I was leaving out of Reno. So when we made it to Reno, because he had to get my load, because we had to do something with my load, you know, so they took it to a truck storage place so they could figure out whatever, because they really wasn't concerned about that. They was just concerned to get me to where I needed to be. So we got that. So when we took that load, dropped that off, you know, and so because he was going to drop my truck at his truck storage to go back to then get an Uber to his truck. But so I got the Uber from that location, and I, you know, to the airport, and from there I flew home. But all the emotions that I was feeling, you know, trying to hide these emotions, because I had to stay at the airport for some hours, and you know, you trying not to break down, you trying to compose yourself, you know, so you trying to keep your, you trying to keep your wits about yourself and all of that. So that's what I had to go through. And so, but when I made it home, I just fell into my dad's arms. When they met me at the airport. You know, when I kept it together, y'all. I kept it together, you know, all that time. That's why I said it was nobody but God, because I kept it all together. I held back all those emotions until I got to Memphis, Tennessee, and I saw my dad. And when I saw my dad, all of that I was holding in, I just, you know, I let it all out. I let it all out. And I just thank God for my dad. I thank God for my sister. She was there with my dad. My cousin, he was there. And it was so overwhelming, so many emotions, you know. Because God, you know, God bless you with these kids. And you never, don't no parent think that they're going to outlive their children, you know. And it's like, you know, God bless me with this son. My first, you know, my daughter's 30, but that was my firstborn son. You know, God bless us with these kids. We think, you know, you always think you're going to go before, you know, your children does, you know. And I don't have any enemies, but if I did, I wouldn't wish that on them. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, period. Because the loss of a child, that's like a piece of your soul, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a piece of you that's gone, you know. So, and he, you know, being my baby, we look alike, you know. I call him my twin, you know. So when I look at myself in the mirror, you know, I'm looking at him, you know. So it was hard, you know, dealing with that out here on the road. But I was able, you know what I'm saying. I was able to get through it. And the only way I was able to get through that is because, you know, my God giving me the strength to, you know, get through, giving me the strength to get too much light. Let me put that back that way. You know, giving me the strength to get through those hard times. So, I was reading something on my phone. Yeah, that was just the grace of God getting me through that hard time. And so it's been 2 years ago, and I just decided to just really talk about it now. I've been planning on doing a YouTube page for I don't know how long, but it's been 2 years ago, and I'm able to talk about it now without tears, you know. But it's, you know, it's hard, you know, dealing with, okay, I'm being nosy, y'all, because, okay, I think I never came this far on 95 before, and I'm looking at the different stores, you know, for like truck drivers to be able to stop. I see a Family Dollar back there. It was some type of grocery store right there. Yeah, I got off topic. But yeah, you know, but God is, you know, at the end of the day, you know, God is good. He helped me through it, you know. And I just, you know, yesterday was the second anniversary, and I just wanted to just share that. So to all the truck drivers that's out here that has went through something, as traumatic as that, or just whatever it may be, you know, my heart goes out to you, and just know that God will give you the strength to go through it, to get through it, because he did that for me. Getting back in this truck was the hardest thing for me to do. After my son's funeral, I stayed off work for about a month, and cause trucking, I love trucking. Trucking was my life, is my life, really, brother. But it was hard for me to get back out here to love the job, to love this job again, because this is where I was at when I found out, you know, my son passed away. But I'm starting to love it again. You know, I'm starting to get the joy back in trucking, because I love traveling. I travel all 48 states. I haven't been to Canada, which I wish that pause allow us to go to Canada. But I love the scenery. I love all of it, and I just thank God that He's giving me back that joy again, that smile, the true smile. You know, not the fake one, but the true smile. You know, and it's hard. It gets, when people used to tell me when I first lost my son that, oh, it's gonna get easier. It's gonna get easier. I'm like, I would look at them like they were crazy, you know, like, how can this pain, how can this hurt get easier? It's not so much that it gets easier. You just get immune to dealing with it. Because I still think about my baby every day. I still think about him, you know. Sometimes I try to distract my mind from thinking about him, because some days I feel like I don't want to be sad today. I don't want to be sad. So, you know, I'll put on an audio book. I do something to distract my mind, you know. It's not so much that it gets easier. It's just you'll be able to deal. You know, you'll be able to just deal with it better than, because there's nothing easy about it. So I don't think that's a good phrase. It gets easier, because there's nothing easy about it. I think you'll be able to just deal. You just be able to deal with it and go through the motions of life, you know. So I just, you know, want to say that we go through a lot out here as truckers, you know, and I pray that each and every last one of us could show more compassion to each other, because when you do see that angry trucker, we don't know what he just heard, or what phone call he just got, or what he's going through, or, you know, what he's dealing with. Just, you know, try to, you know, just show compassion, and just, you know, give people grace. You know, God give us grace, so I think we should be able to give other people grace, you know. And sometimes it's hard, you know, because I do understand, and I do know everybody ain't going through. Sometimes people can just be plain buttholes to others, you know. And but I just wanted to just throw that out there, because I am a truck driver, and I did lose my son when I was out here on the road. And I just wanted to share my story, because I know that I'm not the only truck driver that have lost a loved one, you know, while they was out here, and they felt completely helpless. So I just want to say that I love you guys, and you're gonna be okay. God got you, and all you can do is take it 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour at a time, and that leads to 1 day at a time. That's all you can do, is just take it 1 day at a time. So this is Mama Bear Trucker, and I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I will be coming to you guys with more content. Won't be, of course it's not going to be sad like shared this one. But I will have more content on where I'm going, about my company, Maverick Transportation. I will have more content on just everyday life as a trucker, what I do. I be trying to exercise. I'm not going to even lie like I do it every day, but I want to start exercising more. I cook on my truck. I want to start sharing that. So if y'all would do for me, hit the subscribe button and share this video with other people, and I would greatly appreciate it. You guys have a blessed and wonderful Saturday.